Okay, the music is off. Let me put this cedar down. Nice little spot here. At least I hope it is. And let's see if anybody. Oh, wait, lights, camera, action. Are we live? And can you hear me? Anybody? Oh, we got a little candle that's out. Oh, that sucks. Wonder what happened to that little one. I don't know. Okay. Is there anyone here? We're doing astrology readings. My name is G. If you haven't been here before, you give me your birth digits. Full birth digits, birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. I give you a speed reading. Allastrology at gmail.com. I got that right on the screen for you. Some people just throw their stuff in the chat. You can do that as well. Whatever you're comfortable with. So for those who have the means, sometimes people want a little bit more time on their reading, which is fine. And they don't have the ability to pay for an astrology reading, which those are expensive. So you can send a gift to the channel via Cash App and Venmo. Those details are right below this live stream. You just look right below. They're down there. You can grab those links. And if you want that, you can do that. Not a problem. For those who don't have the means, that's okay. I'm here to help. So let's see. Yeah, I'm on at a time and a day that I'm usually never here. But that's okay. Let me see what we got going on. All right, we got someone. Hello, I'm ready. Birth digits. Oh, look at that. Don't know my birth time. Okay, that means we're going to give you a noon hour reading. I think I recognize you from last week. Very good. All right, so a noon hour reading is what we give when you don't have your birth time, which is better than nothing. But you just kind of want to be aware that since you don't have the birth time, that we're not working at the ultimate degree of accuracy like we would with the birth time. Okay. So let me get your chart drawn up. We got to get some new information in here. Yeah. So just so you know, once I'm reading a chart, I'm not going back and looking at the chat. I'm literally reading the chart. You follow? My eyes look at one spot together. One doesn't go here and the other one over there. That doesn't work. Okay, so you got all your digits and everything together in the same thing. That's makes it easier on me. And we're here, like I said, a little bit early, so it should be good. So August 29th, 2003. Let's get your name on this puppy. 20 Owl. Yeah, my vision's wonky today. I know I didn't realize it, but right now I'm like, I can barely read that. Like, what the hell? I'll have to do some of my qigong stuff on my head and whatever the hell they say. August 29th. Yeah, I think I remember you from last week, right? Maybe I didn't get a chance to read your chart, though. That's a really good possibility. Oh, my God. Last week's tech was a nightmare. I was just like, okay, this was a mistake. All right, so we're going to do noon hour for you. So do you have an area of your life that you wanted me to focus on? Otherwise, I'm just going to tell you like what comes to me. And the way I work is the intuition, of course, comes through, but I use the astrology to confirm so that we're getting like solid information, not just whatever the hell's floating around up there. I'm not into that. That's not my thing. Okay, so okay. Oh, wow. The whole thing moved, didn't it? Oh, I gotcha. Okay, let's do that one. It's like, that doesn't exist. Let's try San Juan. You know, sometimes the software is a little funny. Oh, we got a kitty in the room. Cat showed up for you. Look at that. Domestic energy. That's what that means. That's what the kitty cat brings. But also fun and play. Cats love to play. Hey, so you've never seen your chart, or have you seen a noon hour chart? Have you seen anything? Yeah, because then I like to try to get a confirmation from the person that the chart I'm looking at is yours, as opposed to possibly reading a chart and then finding out, oh, I don't know, after 10 minutes, someone's like, oh, no, that's not my chart. Okay, bye. Like, we'll talk to you at the end of the queue. Got to go on to the next person. It's just not fair. Not fair to me or anybody else who's been waiting. Let me read for 10. And then I don't honestly see if somebody says that I'm reading the wrong chart. I don't see it because I don't flip back. Marilyn, what's going on? How are you? Okay, no problem. So I'll take a general. Okay, whatever you got. Yeah, no problem. I don't have. Okay, that's all good. Not a problem. Just thought I'd be nice and ask, because I'll tell people like, yeah, and then I'll do the general, and then they try to sneak in. They got questions, and by then I'm already on to the next person. So it's not fair. All right, let's see if this freaking thing. I don't know what just happened, but let's take a look. Yeah, we could leave that on. Oh, no, we shouldn't. It's too damn big. Okay, hold on a second. I got a lot of charts on this screen. Let me get you up here. All right, so what we're going to do, since you have, I'm guessing, never had a chart, since you don't know the birth time, we're looking at a Scorpio on the rising. So, yeah, this is probably right. And there's a reason that I say that, of course. I mean, I've never met you. But the reason would be, yeah, this channel and Scorpios, they're like a thing. Oh, I got a cat. She's tapping me on my back. Okay, so this said, all right, let me see. Wow, Pluto in the first house, South Node on the ascendant, which would be your superpower. Superpower means you have, I'm going to tell you what this would mean. This refers to, it's like a super detective power. Some people call it unbelievable curiosity, inquisitiveness, the ability to research and dig, getting information in flashes with a combination of extremely psychic energy. Does that sound like you? You also have Jupiter conjunct your midheaven. Wow, is this really your chart? Holy shit. So it's a great cross. Wow. This is a really intense chart. Maybe this isn't. Well, I'm reading it as far as, yeah. Okay. This is intense either way. Whether that's at your midheaven, this would say that you have Uranus and Mars at an exact opposition to your Virgo, Jupiter. Okay. So details, work, projects, tasks, routine, possibly creative, but possibly traveling. Could even be something to do with healthcare, doctor, maybe energy, foreigners, foreign lands, foreign countries, maybe institutional energy. And at the opposition, Uranus, which is definitely science and scientific. It's also astrology, though, but it makes for a quick mind. And the combination of that and Pisces and Mars is where you're taking action with it. But this combination right here is wicked. I'm just going to let you know. Thank God this is in Pisces, if this is your chart. When I mean wicked, anytime we see Mars and Uranus in a chart together like this, they're close enough, and because they're both in a retrograde moment here, which means them extra super freaking intense. And that combination means you can fly off the handle, or there can be actions from somebody else in your life that are kind of out of nowhere, like a blindsidedness that occurs, where all of a sudden you're just kind of like, there might be some anger and some animosity, but Mars is known to strike out when it's in a mixture of Uranian energy, like literally strike out. But this would be very sneaky, maybe, unless it's highly spiritual. It would be quite sneaky and tricky and backdoorish kind of crap, or could be. Yeah, to have that kind of energy, someone's got to be like really up there to take it up there. But it could just be because it's Pisces. This can also mean that it's in that subconscious part of the brain and our mind, and it's our past life stuff. So we bring it with. It's not like, hey, I want to be that way. These are like impressions and tendencies to strike out. And the striking out can also be good in terms of initiating, starting, leading, leader of the pack type of energy. So the 4 degrees is emotional. It's at the emotions and feelings and family. So this can be tricky. This can be mom energy too. Maybe mom was like this. But if it's in Pisces, this might mean that maybe mom was great at disappearing type of energy, or, maybe she worked in a hospital. Maybe she was always in the hospital. Maybe she was under the influence of something or someone because it's Pisces energy. You follow? And this could have also described your home life, because we don't have a birth time, and your moon on this chart is so much. It's sitting between Virgo and Libra, and it's at that really low degree. And so without an accurate birth time, we don't know if you're really a Virgo moon or a Libra moon. Big difference though. A Virgo moon is going to be super focused on the details, wanting perfection, stepping in and being like, I can make this better. I'm the jack of all trades, and I can just, I can walk in and I can see how, that's not where it should be. That's not how it should be. And here, let's move this here. We're trying to perfect something. I have to put another shirt on. I knew it was going to get too cold. I have, it's a really strong perfection energy is what that is. So the thing about Libra energy is it can tend to be about perfection too, but Virgo is going to be overly focused on the minutia. It can't let the details go. It can be way overly critical. So if your moon was in Virgo, that could again mean the home was like that, very structured, organized, a place for everything, a thing for every place. And maybe it didn't seem that way, but maybe mom was kind of over the top in terms of cleanliness, neat, orderly, really good with tools, even, especially like gardening, just really small things, crafting, sewing, doing things old school, plants, food. Just we think old school kind of living where we're connected to the earth and we're connected to like all those gifts and how to like take things in a practical way and make them work and make them function. Very highly functional energy. We think of the architect, Frank Lloyd Wright, huge Virgo energy. In his homes, it was about function. Beautiful, but function. So the Uranus South Node, this is a Uranus South Node. It's jumping out. So this is what I'm going to focus on real quick for you. I mentioned the super detective thing, okay? This energy at the 23 degrees makes it like a Uranian energy. This is group energy. This is friend energy. This is altruism. This is humanitarian energy. It again is astrology, of course. But it's also, there's a strong scientific bent in the chart, a lot of different ways here. And with this here being a superpower and the psychic energy coming in, sometimes this is going to mean we get information that we probably have no business knowing. That's the thing with Scorpio energy and super psychic stuff. And when intuitiveness just flows through and you're getting it in lightning bolts, like in flashes, because I can see it in multiple places in the chart. A lot of energy for things happening really quickly. Depression as well, possibly for you, for mom, for people in the family, possibly. And that being a real health thing because it's showing it over there. But 23 degrees, a need for independence. This is super strong, independent energy. No one's going to tell me what to do. I am the boss. You have it in multiple places. It's mom, it's you, it's your emotions, it's what will emotionally satisfy you even. But this is soul memory, soul history, soul energy coming together. So in order of your soul giving you directions in your life, this might be tricky for you. It might be tricky. It's hard for people to surrender to what their soul wants them to do instead of their personality. But the Scorpio energy at this 23 degrees, it's a real strong spark of like divine information that follows through and that comes through. So technology is huge for that matter in your chart. That sort of electric type of energy is really big. Hopefully it's it all makes sense because this chart is got a lot of intense energy, but you also have a lot of grounded Virgo stuff if this is your chart, but a mind that doesn't turn off. Does that sound like you? Does the mind keep going? Does it not turn off? This chart shows a Mercury retrograding at 26 degrees. So if this is you, this will make sense. And this chart shows it like in the area of work and goals and ambition and hard work and just keep on working. But it's like the practical side of life should really will be very prominent. Now, the tricky thing is you've got a sun in Virgo. So the reality is you probably relate to a lot of the things I already said because you're a Virgo sun, and that would be normal regardless of your birth time, unless you're off by like a lot. So your Jupiter is a Virgo thing. And so all the crafting, the details and the organizing, and you would love practical gifts, how, your love language would be something that somebody was very thoughtful, like they gave it to you and they knew this was something you could use. That would be a big deal and part of like what they call the love language. Okay. So as far as the mom thing, and that moon, that would really help us to narrow down your birth time. So you can come back again sometime and you can kind of give more input about mom, because wherever this moon is, was it a 29 degree Virgo or was it a 1 degree, and it could be even 0. It could be 20. Yeah, it's within a few degrees before and after, or it could even be a little bit further out. I mean, there's 24 hours on this date that we're trying to figure out. And this is just the halfway point. So I hope it helps. Okay, so we're moving along. Let me see. What am I doing? I'll take a okay, so yeah, it's Maryland. All right. So yeah, let's see. I definitely don't have your digits here. Let me see if I can get those up here. Let me get them in here. It's been a minute. All righty. Okay. We finally got some sunny weather today. But that air is like, woo. Think again. It's still spring. Don't get it wrong. All right, we got 8:54 p.m. Oh, why is this giving me a hard time? Hey, I'm working on it. God, the software. It's like, what's the deal here? Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Got your birth time finally. It kept erasing it. I don't know why this software does that sometimes. All right, so we do this on Saturday nights as well. I don't know. Sometimes somebody might be listening and they're at work. So you just come to the channel on a Saturday night. If you don't see me there, it's because we're doing it privately. So we do it both ways. We do it just like this in the public, and then we do private lives. Always send an email if there's something that you want to actually go over. Huntington. Okay, spelling is good. Okay, I think they're going to take that spelling. The software is worse than my 3rd grade spelling teacher. I mean, that's actually a good thing. Okay. All right, let me see if this is what we're working with here. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this chart Let me see. Taurus on the ascendant at 5 degrees. This shows the moon. This shows the moon in the 12th house, actually, right behind the ascendant there. Is that accurate? It's been a minute. I really don't remember the moon being in the 12th. Why did I think the moon was in the first for you? It's been a long time, it feels like, for me. But I know sometimes the software just tries to play tricks on me, and I'm like, okay, what? So I have September 8th, 1960, 8:54 p.m., Huntington, Indiana. That's all good, right? Let me find my water. Let me see what we got going on here. Hey, Marilyn, are you still there? This person might be at work or something. I have no idea. Healing. How are you doing, Donna? Always has been first. Always has been in the first. Huntingburg. I put the wrong location. I spelled it wrong. Thank you. Huntingburg. Okay. That makes a difference. The location makes a difference. It kept telling me I'm spelling it wrong. I kept changing it. Hunting. B-U-R-G. Okay, now let's go. There we go. This makes you Taurus at 1 degrees, and your 2-degree moon would be in your first house. Does that sound better? Yeah. Yeah, location and time makes a difference. Oh, 20 owl. Your mom was the same way? Oh, okay. Maybe that, yeah, come back and we'll tweak that. We'll tweak it to put the moon in the Virgo energy next time. We'll tweak the time. Okay, so did you give me a focus for this chart, Marilyn? Like, give me a one word. What am I focusing on? Or I'll just tell you whatever pops in. That's up to you. Okay. So there's a couple of new points on this chart, and this is actually what's jumping out. So I don't know if I'm just going to go with this. Okay, this is kind of a tricky thing. So in this chart, right, there's a point here I have lit up on the screen. I don't know if you're looking at that, but it's at 0 degrees in Sagittarius. And remember, Sagittarius for all of us, right? Saggy, your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your thoughts about your future. Anytime we think about the future, this is in the 7th house of partnerships. And you have a lot here when we look at 0 degrees. I've got midpoints drawn in for a chart. We've got a Jupiter-Neptune midpoint. This is tricky. And then the next point, okay, we'll just start with the Jupiter-Neptune. This is in the 7th house partnerships. So we have to also consider that Neptune is also in your 7th house natally. It's just there. What does Neptune do? In terms of partnerships, Neptune can be highly idealistic. Okay. It can be about fantasy. It can be dreamy. Neptune's goal is to make us see clearly. So whenever Neptune's in the 7th, it wants us to see clearly in those partnerships, whether they're personal or professional and or both. Okay. To see clearly, to remove the scales from our eyes, or to take our rose-colored glasses off. Because where Neptune is, we tend to just be overly idealistic, because that energy is really used best for creating, for the imagination, for make-believe, for sound, for the silver screen, for screenplays and movies. Like that's what Neptune's really good at. Prayer and faith, right? It's the things that are not tangible, the things that are unseen. That's what Neptune's good at. So in the 7th house, that's a trick bag, and I completely understand this energy because I have Neptune in my 7th house, and holy shit, you get pulled through the ringer in relationships of being like, oh, okay, like shit, okay, and you kind of feel like you maybe be the last person to understand it, because that's the trick of Neptune. We're the ones with the blindfolds on, or with the rose-colored glasses on. So with that said, with that said, that's in shared energy. That's, partnerships, but partnerships that are deeply bonded relationships because of Scorpio energy. And you even have Neptune at the frickin' relationship degree. You have Neptune at the relationship degree. So this obviously would be something that would, yeah, it's really strong, and it's really focused on seeing more clearly in partnerships. Now, with all that said, also in that seventh house is the Jupiter and the Neptune at 0. Again, it's a lot of Neptune energy gone wild because it's Jupiter that says, I'm going to bring more illusions and delusions. And it's a combination of my beliefs. It's a big combination of my beliefs connected to my future, my present time connected to the future in significant partnerships. So this would be really focused, probably because it's Jupiter. And for feminine energy, if we're looking for males, whether you're single or married, if you're single, Jupiter would be, that person coming online, meeting that person, that new person. And Jupiter would be somebody that women would be like, oh, yeah, I'd marry that person. That's marriage material right there, right? But remember, it's Jupiter and Neptune combined here at 0 degrees. So it's tricky. And then you've got this marker right here at 0, which is what initially jumped out. And this is called karma. So this really throws a freaking curveball into everything I just said for you. Like, it just adds a level of possible complications because it tells me it's not just about present day. There's karmic energy involved. So with the karmic energy, that just means, we're dealing with residual energy from before. And some of the stuff we might be replaying, and also replay for sure energy with your chart because you've got a Saturn and it's at a retrograde. And normally folks with the Saturn that it's in a retrograde, that's every single person I've asked has said, yes, I feel like I'm reliving these same freaking life lessons over. So only you can answer that question for yourself if that's true, but that's where that's at. Now, you have your natal Jupiter is at a Pisces degree. So this speaks to more illusions and delusions, possibly. I'm going to tell you something. With all this going on up here in partnerships and in your 8th house of bonded energy, which can be sexual, physical, emotional, mental, that's how we bond. For all of that you have in your chart, your saving grace, I think, is that you have a Saturn in Capricorn, which is wonderful because that's its rulership, but you have Vertex right next to it. So she's really smart. She's a great planner and strategist, and she's very grounded. So that's good. And you have a ton of your Virgo energy. You've got a huge stellium down here in Virgo. Huge. So with all of that said, I feel that the present day, really quickly, it's going to be when the Jupiter energy is making a move. Something big is going to come online because for present day, like, we'll put it like this: once June comes, Jupiter is going to enter the Leo energy. So you've got Jupiter sitting right here, right now, at 18 degrees on your 4th house cusp line, which Jupiter is giving you wisdom and knowledge about the past, the present, and the future. I'm not saying I'm Jupiter. I'm just telling you the astrology that Jupiter is sitting right here, right on your 4th house cusp line. And Jupiter talks about our emotional intellect. And so you yourself are combining whatever you've been through in the past, whatever you're going through now in the present, and how you're going to go forward. Like, you're getting an upgrade on, okay, I got to be a little more savvy in whichever way, but it has to do with emotions and feelings. It has to do with home and family. It has to do with emotional security and stability. So I'm glad I was here on this day at this time for you, and that you happen to be here, because Jupiter, holy crap, right there exactly on your 4th house cusp line. It's domestic energy, job, work, day-to-day routines. And domestic energy includes, well, yeah. Is it just me or is it we? Like that's domestic energy. And who do I got to share space with? Who I got, whether it's at work or at home, who do I got to share space with? All right. Salty Mama. Oh my God. Thank you, Salty Mama. We got digits. That's great. That's freaking great. That helps. Okay, let me get your chart drawn up, Salty Mama. Love that name. I love that damn name. Holy moly, Christy's here. What's going on? We got, yes, let's get Salty Mama's chart drawn up before I get lost in all these awesome folks stopping by and being so nice and saying hello. Salty Mama, am I just saying whatever comes to me? I just see your digits, which is fine. You know, sometimes I see some of these people's names and I'm like, I want that, damn it. I love some of these names. They're awesome. I used to have this one person that would come by on Saturdays. And he was called Ghost of the Earth. And I was like, that totally resonates with me. Like, I want that name, damn it. I haven't seen him in a minute, though. Hey, maybe I can take his name now. Yeah, I'm being silly. Where'd you go, Salty Mama? Okay, December 18th, 1970. And we got 10:49 a.m. I'm so glad we're not having the tech issues we had last Tuesday. It was so freaking, man, it was stressing me out. Kansas City, Missouri. Okay. Y'all tricking me with these abbreviations on the spellings of these cities. You know that, right? I don't know. Miraculously, I'm spelling them right. I don't know how. I'm telling you, man, I used to be able to spell so good, and now I feel like I'm just like, I feel like the only thing I know how to read now are these damn glyphs. Like what happened? I just turned into an astrology brain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's all I understand and can comprehend. I'm like, holy crap, I can't spell like words I used to be able to spell. All right, Salty Mama, let's get your stuff up here. So remember, these are free speed readings. Anybody, if you're serious and you want a little bit more time on your chart, if you have the means, you can always send a gift to the channel and I spend more time with you, okay? That's just the reality of it. That's how it works, okay? Okay, Don, I think you're next. I see you sent me your digits. Very good. Oh, you sent a gift to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the generous gift. I appreciate it. Okay, so did I do that wrong? I did that in order, right? Or did I? Donna, I didn't skip you, did I? Oh, shit. Did I skip Donna? Was Donna here before Salty Mama? Oh, I feel horrible. Oh, okay, Donna. Wait a minute. Yeah, Donna, you're next, okay? I wanted to get this off the screen for this person. Where the hell is that comment? There we go. It's not a comment. It's one of these. Okay, we're going to move that out of the way for right now. So, Salty Mama, have you seen your chart before? Do you know your chart is showing that this is an Aquarius ascendant, 19 degrees, and yet you're a Virgo moon at 2 degrees? Interesting. Yeah, Donna, absolutely. Yeah. Next. Very next one. I cheated you. I'm so sorry. I grabbed Salty. That name jumped out at me and I just grabbed it. I'm so sorry. You're next. All right, Salty Mama. So this is you. And yeah, I got the Missouri. Thank you. My choice. Oh, I love this. I love people who are like, just tell me what jumps out. It's like, yay. Just it makes it go faster. What's really jumping out is your big kite. And, you know, you actually, let me double check before I speak. This other little thing I have to look at. 11. You have close to like a Merkaba all, around in your chart. And so what plain speak, that kind of means it doesn't mean everything always goes your way the way that you want it. However, there is probably things that you have noticed. How old are you? 1970. Okay. Probably things that you've noticed, got to see how much experience you've had in your life where you may see how others they may struggle in certain ways with certain things a whole lot more than you do. And not that you don't struggle, but somehow you may feel as though you have a safety net. Although here you are, anytime somebody again has a Saturn retrograde chart, which you do, in relationships are right next to it. So your relationship with money, your relationship with values, your relationship with, relationships, love, desires, needs, addictions. And I mean addiction lightly. I'm not pointing a finger at you. Desires are kind of addiction related. You follow? So this is for all of us. And I will be the first to say I'm an addict. Okay. I mean, probably not in the conventional way that people think, but I absolutely understand this energy. I could write a book. So with that, this can be tricky. Saturn retrograde people, again, typically speak of these are challenges that they've lived before. They feel like they've lived before, but you've got some when we have these kites, multiple kites make up Merkabas. And when we have them like this, we have a focal point where where big energy comes together and just automatically pours out. It has an area of focus, which is a real blessing. A lot of people have trine energy in their chart where things just easily occur for them, but it doesn't have a point of focus. And so these people end up, because I know everybody have seen these kind of people. They're the ones who have these gifts where they can really easily do something, but they don't do anything with it. They don't share the gift. They just don't do anything with it. They say, well, it's just fun, and they just don't, because for them it's like breathing, and it doesn't really hold their focus. But when you have a point of focus for the energy to pour out of, the world receives it. The world receives your gift. We get to be the recipients. And so at the top of yours is Venus. And this is a Venus in Scorpio. So what would that mean? You have Mars and Pluto in Scorpio. I said Mars and Pluto. Mars and Venus in Scorpio, they're connected together. And you also have Jupiter up there. So a lot of wisdom coming through too. A lot of psychic, wise energy coming through. And your Pluto's at 29 degrees. Okay. All right. So servicing people one-on-one. This is highly altruistic, but it's connected more to things being very practical. Sometimes people take like healing abilities and they want to share them with people because it's Virgo. It's all about holistic modalities, but it's food, it's health, it's job, it's health care. It's, we see a lot of nurses with a lot of Virgo energy. You've got a freaking Virgo moon. So it's real practical. It's about keeping things clean and orderly and neat, maybe growing in the garden and crafting. We think of mom energy, old school mom. What did old school mom do? Everybody had a garden. Everybody made their own clothes, right? Mom did the wash. Mom, right? Like mom, that was her job, was the Virgo energy. She was in the house. It was absolutely a real job and like the most important job. But nowadays, like the Virgo energy kind of gets overlooked because it's not flashy. It's super mundane, but it's extremely important. The can do and the make it make sense and the connecting of the dots and functional, really big with this energy. Now, this is important because it plays into your Merkaba / this very strong individual significant relationships that you do value, and likely If you aren't making money off of those things, because this is even in the house of talking and sales, some people with Taurus in the third sing. They have the ability of a beautiful voice. But because yours Saturn is here, this means I learned late. I spoke late. There's caution. Saturn is a slowdown in the mind and in communicating and learning how to read and write. But Saturn rewards when we stick to it. You follow? So these people, when they get older, they speak in a way that is appealing, like, I would love to hear the words, they like, energetically, the feeling of the energetics of it is lovely. It's lovely, it's beautiful. You have an authority figure tone in yours, though. So what that would mean is you might have to just be aware of that, and maybe you already are, but use it towards speaking in ways where you can help people to understand something. So you're breaking it down in like steps, because that's what Saturn's superpower is. I can break it down in steps where, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, literally. And it's like, oh, that's what that means, right? So just in simply communicating and talking, people then would find you easy to relate to in that way. Okay. Now, where's your Mercury? Your Mercury is also in Capricorn. Okay. Anything Capricorn, earth energy, very down to earth, but this is boss energy. Like, I can communicate like a boss, and it's even at the money degree as well. You follow? So you have the ability to work the one-on-one level, but also with the public. You got Mercury, sales, talking, communication at the money degree. Your midheaven is Sagittarius. Sagittarius need freedom and want to explore, want to go on that journey. But your Venus is somebody, again, this is at the top of your kite. I know I'm explaining a whole shitload about your chart, but it's the whole chart that makes up who the being is. Okay. It's not just this one thing, this one, oh, look at that kite. All of these things will feed into your Venus energy. And this is important because it's the top of this kite. I know I've said that like 17 times now. Venus brings and shares. She brings food. She brings gifts. In Scorpio, Venus can bring truth. She can share the truth, but she can do it in only a way that Venus can do it, which is she can relay it in a way, and this would be the truth of things, of traumas of the past. I mean, this is serious stuff. This isn't like, this isn't gossipy stuff. This is like getting to the meat and potatoes of matters, getting to the hidden truth kind of stuff. Your Venus will have the ability to talk about those things where people can hear the undesirable, yet you, in some way, whether it's your tone, the words you choose, the all of the above, can make it desirable and appealing to hear. Like, I want to learn about this. I want to hear about this, because this is healing energy. So yes, I said all of that to say you've got this beautiful, strong, very strong kite where you're going to meet people, where it's faded energy. Again, you even have the public and contact with the public in your local community, public, but also online, where if you're not utilizing this in some way, then you might want to check that out. And the whole super detective thing and that Scorpio energy, some people literally do it to be like these psychic detectives, or, I mean, it just depends. You got Saggy at the midheaven. Saggies get bored. They want to keep on exploring, so you just, yeah, reinvent yourself each time and just keep using that energy. But maybe you recognize it already. Mama Bear. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So Donna is next. All right, Donna, I'm getting you on the screen. Let me get this chart. Thank you again for that channel gift. Okay. So the digits I have here, that's the ones. Let me just double check. I might have it already, which would be great. Just one less thing to. Oh, so Donna, so what you said in the email, I think it's different than what you told me in the chat. I could be wrong. like the email gave me New Minister, British Columbia, Canada for a birth location. You follow? Oh, I see. Okay, I'm sorry. I saw. Okay, so we're going with what you sent. Okay. Yeah, I have this one. Great. Okay, so what am I checking out on this one? You sent a gift. Um, do you want to get on the screen? So did you send a gift and you want to talk to me about it, or it's up to you. It doesn't matter. It's up whatever's better for you. Yeah. Okay, no problem. You're passing the phone to Rick. Okay, great. Okay. All right, let me get that on the screen because that's the chart I have. No problem. All righty. All right, powerful chart. So the Jupiter's jumping out again. Yeah, I don't know if this jumped out before, but the Jupiter for you is jumping out on your chart. Um, I don't know if you've seen your chart before, but you're a Scorpio on the ascendant. Your superpower is your south node. This is tricky. I'll just kind of go over that real quick because it's important. 25 degrees. All right. South node in Scorpio, 25 degrees. This is your superpower. So what the hell does that mean? Scorpio's really psychic energy. We can know things and we think everybody knows what we know because it's so natural. Yours is going to be really tuned into self. But it's self with shared energy. Scorpio energy tends to be, I need to be deeply bonded. I want to touch. I want to be touched. I'm just thinking of, I don't know why Zoe jumped in my head. She's very needy and she always wants to be on me so I can pick her up and hold her and rub her back. Your south node's in your first house. I'm like, this is Zoe. So yeah, she wants to be touched and held. She likes physical bonding. She needs it. She doesn't need it for a long time, but when she needs it, she needs it. And she just keeps pestering until she gets it. So the thing with that for self is it's not just focused only on that. Okay. It's Martian energy. So it's really intense energy. It can be, combative energy even. It's an energy that has to be on a mission, frankly. Like it has to be on a mission. And so what does that mean? Well, if it doesn't have an area or a place to focus that intense energy, it will maybe create things. Okay. It needs an outlet. It needs an outlet. So this sort of energy, the best thing for it typically is to find a physical outlet. I would tell people to go out back and dig holes. Not like you're digging your grave, but go dig some damn holes. We get a little fired up and feisty, or we feel like a bottle that's going to burst even, or whatever, right? Because this is deep buried energy. It's intense. It can be assertive. It can be aggressive. And this is one of your superpowers. And it is focused on self. It is focused on physical appearance for sure. Now, whether it's your own physical appearance, yours functions both ways. So it's, for all of us, it functions that way, where I'm really focused on appearance. So it's my own, but also possibly the appearances of others. It's possible. Okay. Because it's just all about the appearance, and the head is a big deal too at this degree. Now, again, the psychic energy. So understandings, knowings, you may even be able to pick up feelings and sensations from other people's bodies. Some people have like experiences that they can't explain. Now, on top of all of that, this is leadership energy. I forgot to say that leadership that comes through because it's connecting to your Saturn and your Chiron here. It's like a nice, strong trine, boss energy, institutional energy, right? Working for whoever, whatever, but it's like a big institution type of thing. Rule, structure, order. I'm the manager type of stuff. And so the Jupiter now. This, so far, everything I've talked about talks about history and the past. And yours there's communication, again, boss energy, possibly a busy mind, possibly I wanted to say scattered mind, right? Jupiter at 27, but yours is in the 8th house of Scorpio. So again, this talks about karmic energy, the past. This talks about other lifetimes. This is very deep, buried, hidden, subconscious energy, which means it's added layers, additional information, energetic information, our energetic body, our energetic emotional body, our like all that stuff is compounded and built up into this eighth house energy. Jupiter means that it takes it and it kind of expands on it. And it's in Jupiter in Gemini. So the words that I use, the way that I'm communicating, possibly even Gemini's gossipy energy, but yours is in Jupiter. So whether you're into that kind of stuff, whether there's a lot of talking that goes on, or whether it's the people that are around you, because this is peer and coworker energy as well, but it's Jupiter. Okay. And so in your chart, here's the thing. Jupiter is not your great benefic. Normally, if this was Jupiter, if it was your great benefic, it would probably take the high road, right? But it's not your great benefic. Venus is your great benefic, and she is over here at 15 degrees. Again, a communication, talking, feminine energy degree, which means feminine energy is going to be important for you. Talking and communicating and connecting with feminine energy will be important. But it also is in a quincunx, right? With your Pluto, and you got a lot of strong energy. There can be shocks and surprises with you kind of being an authority figure, or even a need to be alone at times, right? That can for sure be a thing, especially with a Mars at 3 degrees. This can be a sharp tongue. Mars at 3 degrees in Taurus, especially if it's something or someone that you value. Mars wants to fight. Mars will go to battle, literally. Mars says, let's do this. I'm ready to rumble. So cutting words can happen. Values, this would be work and home. It's domestic energy. Like, what are we doing every day? Who are we around every day, all day? The fact that it's connected so close to your sun, this even tells me even more that doing something physical, having a healthy physical outlet is going to be really important in your chart, connecting, because this Mars rules this south node over here that I gave that big speech about. About self and the psychic energy and the physical body and appearances and the deep bonds and the need to be touched and to feel and to have just to be bonded with something or someone. There's a level of intimacy that sometimes and that's Scorpio intimacy. People feel that they are getting when they're making physical bonds. And Taurus energy, I know I'm flip-flopping back and forth, but these are all connected. This Mars over here, I've got it lit up in the Taurus energy, is about sensuality, smells, taste, touch, what I can see and what I can hear. It rules the 5 senses. This is just basic astrology. Okay. So with that feeds into this, that superpower. And when we have something that's our superpower, if it's our superpower, it is our standby. It is our backup. But here's the kicker. Your soul tells you, no, you can't rely on this anymore. This is outdated. You have to put this away. We're not asking you to throw it out. We're asking you to put it in the closet and put it up on the shelf. Like, that's literally what this is. So it says, I'm coming over to here, and this shows me this north node in Taurus. And yours is on your descendant, which is partnerships. Taurus is known to be stubborn, as the bull is, loves food. It's a foodie. This one is still focused on self, though, because it's at the same 25 degrees, but it's in partnerships. So this would be personal partnerships and professional partnerships. You even have a moon here. Your moon. Oh, Lord. Okay. So you're a Taurus sun and a Taurus moon. This amplifies desires. This amplifies what I love, what I value, and being extremely stubborn with those things. This energy, when it has the dissolve, When it has the desire energy under control, that's what dissolve was, my bad. When it has the desire energy under control, the Taurus is the most loyal energy there is. It absolutely just is, which is wonderful because it's all about beauty, peace, stable, and stability. And it takes really good care of the people that it loves, the people that it values. Really good care of them. So having your sun and your moon in that, yeah, we would just have, because this is very fixed energy. Taurus and Scorpio, really fixed. I'm not going to budge, damn it. No, it's my way or the highway. Like that's Taurus energy. And I could write a book on this as well because I understand Taurus energy very, very well. And I'll raise my hand and be like, I'm right there. Whatever I'm saying, I've lived it. I do it. I understand it. We have to back off. And, the words of Buddha come through where Buddha's teaching is, no, we've come to learn detachment. That's a big lesson. That's a big ask. That's a big thing. It's not small. It's not at all. But that's, yeah, when people have this, that's what it is. That's absolutely what it is. And, I'll give you a piece of information, which is that we have a full moon coming up actually. And the full moon will be in Scorpio energy, which is the ability to release, to let go, and to change, to transform, to transcend. Because the Scorpio energy is the frickin' phoenix. And if its personality gets the hell out of the way and allows the soul to take control and allows it to ascend, that phoenix becomes that eagle. It really truly does. So there's yeah, you've got some strong possibilities here, especially because for the full moon, look, you've got something right there for the full moon that's coming up. You've got something. You've got an object at 10 degrees. So I think when people have objects that match those events, the full moon is a time where we're using the energy of the universal energy. It says we're going to release, and Scorpio energy says, it's subconscious. We initiate the release ourselves. We're like, okay, I'm done with this. I gotta, yeah, this is old. How many times am I going to do this? Whatever the hell that is. Okay. Yours is at 10 degrees. So it's all the Scorpio stuff, the bonded energy, the attachment and desire energy. Again, it's the same lesson of the Buddha. We have to learn to relinquish and to let go and to realize that anything that we hold on to, like an attachment to our Scorpio energy, these are addictions. It's just the reality of it. And so the releasing, the relinquishing. 10 degrees talks about boss energy, talks about Saturn energy, talks about heavy and duty and responsibilities of the past. And it's even doubly, I mean, it's extra strong for you because it's in the 12th house. Like I haven't even talked about that. The 12th house is, again, really karmic energy. It says we've been repeating and we're trying to see, okay, have I grown beyond this yet? Am I ready to fly? Or am I, still the baby in the nest without, who just still has to stay in the nest because it's the way I've always done it and it's comfortable. A big Taurus keyword, Taurus and Scorpio keyword, but really bonded energy. And Taurus, the thing with Scorpio is one of the secrets of it, one of the teachings is somebody might be looking at this and saying, well, I don't know what you're talking about. Let go of what, right? It's deeply hidden. It's subconscious. So there's something there that you either have to process, that you have to go through. And then when we do that, then it gets shown to us. So hopefully you don't need it shown to you because things in Scorpio, if they have to be shown to us, it's usually Pluto that shows them to us. And it's usually life-changing. You follow? It's usually quite large. But if we initiate it on our own, if we say, I know this change has to be made, then we're using that energy. We're using Pluto's energy of change on a very deep level. And we've already initiated it before the Pluto energy came along to say, "Oh, I'm going to help you out a little bit. Let me do this for you because you don't seem to get it because it's fixed energy we're working with." It is challenging when we're working with fixed energy. Taurus and Scorpio, Leo and Aquarius, really fixed, and they are something. And for you, your beliefs are really directly connected to this. Your beliefs about desires, money, love, even relationships, possibly, and the future. Because you have 2 degrees up here in the location of beliefs. And they're all getting they're strongly squared by your sun and your Mars. So that angles it, which means it brings you some stress and tension, which I think can be good. So that's hopeful. Not all squares are bad, but it's good that the stress and tension is there because then it gives you a heads up of, okay, I know I might want to change some things, whatever those are. You're breaking some karmic stuff. I know it's a big ask, but if you're here listening to this, that means something in you is ready. Something in you is ready to make these changes. Whatever the hell this repetitive thing, we call these anchors. Yeah, right? It's an anchor. It's a chain. Back in the day, we used to call the ball and chain. People used to say when they got married. Yeah, like my mom and dad, when they would get married, my dad's buddies would say, "Oh, did you bring the ball and chain?" They were referring to his wife, type of shit. I'm like, oh, okay, nice, nice. Think of what kind of a life a person sets up for themselves, right? Like, yeah, you become enslaved, but it's all with the beliefs, all with the thoughts and the beliefs. Okay, so there's a lot that this is involving, whatever this is, but this is kind of what came out really strongly and what's jumping prominently forward. And beliefs comes up a lot of ways in your chart. It's also comes up in work and domestic energy, home and family. But literally the domestic day-to-day stuff, it shows there. But also career and job. But also down here at home, because we have 9 degrees down here at home. Yeah. And so, yeah, there's some stuff um I would probably add that anytime someone has Pisces energy in the 4th house, because it's water and water, there's a lot of memory here, a lot of soul memory, a lot of soul history. And sometimes we need help to process that because we're like, well, what the hell? That's got nothing to do with me right now, right? Like, this is my life now. Screw all that crap from the past, whatever. I'm not living it. But it doesn't work that way. We're carrying it whether we want to or not. It's part of our soular makeup. SOUL, right? Our soular make it's part of it. It's part of what we're bringing forward, and it comes up and out when we make decisions and choices, and when we are faced with big things. Then that's kind of when it rears its head. So it creeps in when we don't expect it, which is this energy down here, and yours is with mom energy, but feminine energy, home, family. Mom energy comes up again because your Mercury, home and family. Like, you have a lot of strong women, feminine energy in your chart. It's all over your freaking chart too. So the past, there's just a lot here that has to be processed. And sometimes folks literally find a way to get help. And that probably sounds like I'm saying, oh my God, you need a professional. No, it's just saying, do whatever you need to do. Talk to whoever you need to talk to kind of process whatever it is you don't know what the hell you need to process. And that's truly how it is sometimes. Or some people are like, oh, I know exactly what this is. The point is, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay because it's probably, something that, well, myself included, that we all should have just done sooner. That's just the reality of it. Absolutely. So yeah, Taurus energy, April 21st. Happy freaking birthday. I hope this wasn't too intense, but I just had to read whatever came through. I hope that makes sense in some way. Okay, so who is after? Oh, Salty Mama, you are welcome. Thank you so much for the generous gift. You are welcome, Salty Mama. Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you so much. I always appreciate it. Yeah, for anybody, everybody gets a free reading, but if you can't afford to send something, don't worry about it. Like, I'm here all the time. I want to be able to help when I can. And when you got what you got, you send what you can when you can. Like, we're just going to do what we can do so that I can continue to try to help whoever needs help. Okay. Sometimes people send money and they don't even come on. They just send money just to help. You know what I mean? Like, you pay it forward. That's the kind of way. Yeah, that's the kind of planet we need, folks. But we got to start living it, right? We got to be it. um, you're welcome, Donna. Rick, I hope I didn't scare you. Rick's like, I'm not answering a word that this person has to say. That's okay. You don't have to answer anything. It's totally private. That's important. I'm just, yeah, that guy. I had no idea it was going to get so intense, but it did. Okay. Yep. You are welcome. Oh, look at that. Christy said happy birthday to Rick. Look at that. All right. I'm trying to find out who's next. Let me see. I need water. Okay. Um, okay. She knows my birth time. Owl, that's a great idea. Get a birth time. And oh no, you weren't in the United States. I was gonna say, for people in the States, you can send money to the county wherever you were born, and they should have you on file there. You got to send them like $20, and they just do it all online. They can send you your birth certificate to get your birth time. Salty Mama, thank you so much again for the gift. Oh, that's her. Correct. Okay, it's interesting. It totally resonates. Oh, good. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay, good. I'm glad it resonated. Oh yeah, I saw the mama bear part. Oh, good for you. Yeah, that makes sense, Salty Mama. She said, I'm reading tarot and studying astrology. You know, I heard someone talking, and they were talking about the fact that human beings, uh, you know, whenever, years ago, right? Close to 100 years ago, like 80 years ago, so very different than human beings being born today, and so very different than myself. I mean, I'm no youngster, right? But just so incredibly different because we were born under different energy. And now it's a time of living. It's more complicated than ever because we're living in everybody says it, the material and the tangible, but we're energetic beings, you know, an energetic body, an emotional body, like we're aware of that. Whereas before, these sort of kind of conversations and this sort of information wasn't considered commonplace and wasn't considered commonplace. I see you. Is Morella Williams, are you still here? I see your birthday. I don't see a birth location. I need your birth location and your birth time. Oh, I didn't put that on the thing. Let me put that on the screen. That helps. Yeah, your birth digits, birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. I need all your info. Yes, have a good time. Happy birthday, Rick. Happy birthday. We are off to birthday celebrations. Oh, good. That's a good idea. Enjoy. Enjoy. Can people I have that Okay, so what? Can people have their charts reread? Yeah. I keep people in my system to answer that question. When people get here, I go ahead and I save their stuff in the system. Do I have your chart in the system? I don't know. April M7. I could. I don't know. It's possible. So May 11th. Yeah, I need your full digits. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. Yep. Maybe Morella's not here any longer. Is that how you say that name? Morella Williams? May 11th birthday. Wow. I know somebody. Oh, if they're one day different. I don't know why. I'm always like, ooh, I know somebody with that. Yes, have a great time. Have a great time, amiga. Okay, well, I don't have any more well, let me check the emails just to make sure, but if I don't have, then yeah, maybe I'm, signing off early. What time did we begin? A little bit after 2? I guess I'll hang out just for a little bit longer, and then, yeah, I got stuff to do. If there's nobody else here to read for, then well, yeah, and that's all good. So, I'm pretty much right now talking to myself, which is fine. Wild moon. Yeah, I'm about to leave. Oh, Christy, yeah. Christy's here. Well, my gosh. Christy, you always say pass. I'm sorry, I didn't even ask you that. Let's do Christy. I honestly thought you left. I don't yeah, I mean, I see you on Saturdays. I never yeah. All right, Christy, let's get your chart. We got you in here somewhere. Let's see. All right, so are we checking out? Oh, I just passed the K's. Okay. Like I just passed the K's. Here we go. Oh, what's going on the phone? Oh, yes. Thank you so much for the channel gift. Another channel gift. Thank you so much. I so very much appreciate it. Okay, let me get this on the screen. Look at that. There we go. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. I hung out late at work and I hate that. Oh, yeah, right. Just show me the money. Show me the money. Okay. So Wild Moon Children says I'm Wild Moon Kitty. Okay. So Wild Moon Kitty will pull you up after Christy then. And yeah, if no one else arrives after that, then we're skedaddling. I got videos to record and I got a reading I got to do. Okay. Let me get this off the screen for you. There we go. Now, you know what? Let me I feel like I'm going to do something a little bit different here. So you see yeah. This is in your 3rd house. Pluto and Juno at 5 degrees, right? Big deal in your chart cuz where's your Pluto? At 5 degrees in Libra, right? Yeah. That's exactly it. 5 degrees of Libra. Bam. And your 11th house cusp line is at 5 degrees. So the online partnerships, online energy is a pretty big deal. But it's creative energy too, right? Yeah. Children, fun, joy, creativity. Yeah. Having a good time, entertaining, laughing. 5 degrees. You've got this power here. So hopefully things have been going, hopefully your creative mojo has been working its thing. Yeah, I would think so too, because you got Aries in the 5th. And yes, the 5 degrees is taking a risk. It is that risky energy. But here's the other thing, that there is also a belief in the fact that you have Pluto here. The 11th house is also known, I've mentioned it before, the angelic realm. It's also talked about as the house of gains, Gains. So when we think of people, relationships, you've got it there in that group energy in the 11th house. And that's what you gain. Partnerships. But it's really creative energy. But it's on a very personal level because that's Libra, one-on-one. It can be very, very personal. And the 5 degrees would talk about the depth, the past even possibly, something that's buried, something that's lost. It likes to reveal the truth. Pluto likes to reveal the truth. So relationship energy, truth in relationships, but the group energy, maybe even possibly group mentality, right? Whether different cultures, races, whatever the hell. Like it's group energy in general. Now, you've got Venus right now. Venus was on your descendant with your cha-ching and money. Hopefully she brought you some gifts. Hopefully you got to see a little something then. Okay, Saturn is now past the 5 degrees, which it was. Well, that should have been a big thing. Saturn at the opposition of your Pluto, the 5th house. Oh, okay. So that was your creative stuff. The creative stuff. We like gains, right? We like gains, absolutely. I'm looking at the node. Okay, so let me see here. You're going to have the north node very soon, actually. These nodes are going to start moving real fast. They've been going slow. They're going to be moving fast. So you gotta let me move this forward for you. We're gonna go, yeah. So May 5th, once May begins, the nodes go to 6 degrees and then really quickly they go to 5 and then 4. Your Mercury's right there at 4. This is coworker energy, but this is also talking, thinking, communication. This is boss energy. Yeah, it's in your 10th house of professional, but it's 4 degrees. So homes, family, mom energy. The South Node is there. The South Node brings a superpower energy to your communication and to the news that you're receiving. So this means it's connected to your midheaven, the practical side of life. So domestic energy, what you're doing at home, what you do day to day, but what you do at work. And yeah, the combination for sure. Because that's your combination. We've got a little, that South Node is going to bring, usually brings us information, but that superpower energy. So this talks about a sensitive time in your life. Yeah. Talks about details. Talks about details and harnessing emotions for the betterment of one's own journey. But it also talks about letting go of past hurts and grudges. Yeah, I don't know if there's a thing with siblings, but that's what Mercury is, and coworkers, of course. So right now it talks about opportunities to forgive and forget, opportunities to see clear signposts along the path as to how to move closer to your goals. Doors will open, people will appear, opportunities will arise. You need only to have the courage to embrace them. I'm just telling you, I'm literally reading that from the software. That's the South Node on your Mercury. So that window, 10th house, no, that's not the house of gains. I know that. But that's where the node's going. I can't make the node go over in your 11th house. So that starts the beginning of May and it goes until to about June, to the first week of June. So that's about a month that you're working with. And during that time, okay, your Jupiter, which is your great benefic, is at 27 here. So the Jupiter energy for you, well, very soon you're actually going to have Jupiter training your ascendant and sextiling your descendant. That can be a good thing because this is your great benefic. So if I back this up a little bit, yeah, see, Jupiter's at 17. And you're going to start feeling it. 20 degrees, May 12th. So you got about 2 weeks. And then bigger things, yeah. You're going to probably start feeling it before then. I think I told you this already once before, because the Jupiter starts, yeah, it's your ascendant and your descendant. So we'll just say the first week of May. Okay. But look, the South Node is a very big deal at that time. You see, the South Node is still just hovering around your Mercury, hovering around your midheaven. So this is work and goals, my long-term goals and work, things changing. And this node at that 5 degrees, it's sending a direct connection to this Pluto energy. Because with Pluto, it has to match by degree exactly, degree and minute. So your Pluto's at 517, and this Pluto, when does it get to 517? I said this Pluto. It's your node. Yeah. It's the same timeline. We're talking May 12th. It's strong, and it's going to be strong. So this can be an uncomfortableness in one-on-one relationships. It might be uncomfortableness with creating. Again, this could be luck energy, because you do have 5 degrees luck on the 11th house cusp line. Now, again, what's that going to do for you? Hopefully brings you some good stuff. But the nodes being at 7, it means it's already triggering your Pluto, because it's 2 degrees away. It's starting to already trigger it. So do what you've normally been doing, but I would say that the end of May is another auspicious time for you. You had an auspicious time already in the past. The end of May brings another one. I'm going to give you a little bit more specific. Okay, so here it is. We're going from, okay, so it's about the same timeline. Okay, May 15th, May 16th, May 17th. Yeah. So it was right, May 12th and that week of May 12th. Okay, the following 7 days. Because this Pluto is still at 5. Yeah, that is a time where more things should be occurring. Change for sure. And a change that you're probably going to initiate. Maybe it will be creative, but maybe it'll be, doing some of the other stuff that you always got up your sleeve. And now at this time, Venus is traveling through your 8th house of insurance money and of inheritances and shared values. We got a cat. Oh, I see. Hi. Okay. What? Come on. Come on. Do you need to come and sit? Okay, well, come on. You're making all that noise. Come on. Come on. It's a beautiful day. Okay, just so Mars is also going to be at 28 degrees at this time with this Chiron and Hercules. So you got a lot of stuff trining your sun up here at this time, which is like authority figure and being out front. It's also really strong creative energy, because you got the sun in freaking Leo conjunct Regulus, which is all going to trine your midheaven, by the way. Okay, so whether this is things somehow, I don't know, better employment or something changing at work with an authority figure and somehow something being better for you, or you like being like, oh yeah. But your great benefic Jupiter, shortly after this, literally a few weeks after this, will then enter your Leo energy. And that's going to be a huge time for everybody in general. But because your Venus, you just got a lot in Leo. And you got a lot in the fire sign. So if this window doesn't give you the oomph and the show me the money trigger that you're looking for, then you got another window, because you have a long cycle. Remember, all this is with your Pluto. And this Pluto is in a retrograde, which means it's going to come back and touch on your Pluto yet again. You see, that's why in the original timeline, I said there's a big window here. There's a big window. It's all of 2026 where you'll have these stronger opportunities, these like little windows. Yeah. You marked it on your calendar. Okay, good. Yes, mark it on your calendar. Okay, so 2 Skittles and a paperclip. Okay, I don't know what the hell all that is, but yeah, we like gains. Can I ask a question? Whoever that is, can you ask a question? You can. Just so you know, I like to use the astrology to verify before I give an answer. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. That's the way I use my stuff. Okay, so I'm looking at Wild Moon Kitty, I believe. Wild Moon Kitty, are you here? Christy, does that make sense? She's like, yeah, it makes sense. It's marked on the calendar already. Okay, popcorn. Oh, bring it on. Gotcha. See what it does with the emoji? It describes the emoji. Popped yellow striped smile. Oh, yeah, popcorn, yellow striped smile. So, Wild Moon, what am I looking at? Am I looking at something in particular? Let me see if you're here. I know you are because I recognize. Yeah, right there, Wild Moon. There we go. I wonder why my little candle died out on me. I probably turned the dang thing off. So, did we get a response out of Wild Moon? Partners and money? Well, that's 2 things. That's not 1 thing. That's 2 things. All right, let's take a peek here. Let's see. Let's first look at the plane and see. Okay, so you're all right. This is tricky. Anytime somebody has Jupiter in the 7th house, very tricky energy, especially since you have Jupiter in tricky ass, I can't stay focused Gemini. Gemini loves variety. It likes options at all times. So this can make life a living nightmare in terms of partnerships. Jupiter all by itself has a hard time. Jupiter and Sagittarius has a hard time with the loyalty thing in general. It just does because it likes freedom. It likes to keep on that adventure, keep seeking, keep searching, keep trying. Like that's Jupiter. So you have that mixture of Jupiter in Gemini. So I love options and choices. Don't want to miss out on anything. And then Jupiter expands upon all of that. So this can make communication tricky as hell in relationships. Very tricky. So we can think like we can be saying something and somebody might be like, but you just said this. Like there's a strong duality, a strong dual nature with Jupiter and Gemini. So in the 7th house, partnerships, very tricky energy. And that can make it just hard to navigate. And that could also be for the people that come into your life that present as partners or possible partners. And because you had the sun in your 7th house, that means if I don't have a partner in my life, well, that's not good because having a partner in my life is how I get my energy. That's how literally my sun gets plugged in. It's like, a battery. But the sun, your battery gets low, right? Gets diminished without partnerships. So having partnerships and things going good in the partnerships is important because it's going to give you a sense of stability and safety. So with that said, let's see. You have a 20-degree node. Okay. That speaks of the past, karmic energy. That can be tricky as well. But that's your south node. So super strong independent energy. I just did a video on this the other day. Whenever we combine Aries and Scorpio energy together, Mars, Pluto, and Aries is what that means. Wow. Super intense, It is deep, strong, assertive, aggressive. I'm not waiting around. Um, take charge. I'm the leader type of energy. But it's got the soul power behind it too. Really, really formidable energy for Aries. So having that in the home, like where you live, right? Having that in the home or having that for a mom or, if you're have opportunity to be a mom or fourth house is home and family and mothers, nurturing. That can be tricky. So you have a lot of objects so far that to me would be hard to would it just add levels of complications to things for relationship energy. Now, once we're aware of all that and we're like working on it, like we literally are aware, okay, when I do this, I know this is this. When I do this, or I see what I did there, right? Instead of pointing the finger at other people, that's when we start to really make some leaps and bounds. And that's what Aries energy is really good at once they're mature and much older. Then they really become the fine wine. So, with all that said, now that I have a little bit more of an understanding about relationships, okay, but we can't forget that you have a Uranus at 7 degrees in Scorpio. Okay, so significant one on one relationships. You want those intimate bonds. That's going to be important. You want someone to come to the table with the intensity that you're bringing. You have Leo in the 8th. You even have Saturn there, which can delay deep, intense partnerships, bonded relationships, shared energy. But the mixture of Uranus wants excitement and new and different and very unconventional. So this is quite complex. Okay. Well, how about this? I see your Venus. Everything is tricky. Yeah. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Everything is tricky. You have your natal Venus at 3 degrees here. All right. Sometimes when we have this unconventional partnership energy, but it can also mean like I just, I'm gonna, yeah, have fun with people. I might not be. There's a wild streak. We'll put it like that because this is really independent energy. So how does somebody bond with people when they have this very independent streak, right? Many people just end up having, you know, impactful, short, intense merging where, okay, I got my bonding and I got that intensity out, right? So I've taken care of that. But it doesn't satisfy when somebody wants a committed relationship for the long term. And this Saturn promises to delay those things because that's what Saturn does. It says, I'm not going to give it to you right away. I'm going to purposely delay that for you. And you have it on your second house cusp line of love because it's Capricorn there. And then you have Aquarius in the second house too. Like even your vertex of when you meet new people, like the fated energy when people come into your life, it's an Aquarius energy. So this is all Saturn. Saturn rules Aquarius, Saturn rules Cappy. And that's love and money and values. And so it delays. It doesn't mean you can't ever have it. Doesn't mean you're not going to experience the money and the love, in your life when you want it. It just means that it's probably never going to be, and never is a strong word. I shouldn't use never. It may not always be as steady and consistent as you would like. You follow? Almost like we have to build up a reserve because we know there will be dry times. We know there will be times when the fruit's not blossoming on the trees type of thing, right? So when that happens, if we have a reserve, then we're okay for those times. So we have to have a good, healthy sense of self-worth and love and care for ourselves because that's what happens when we're not in a relationship anymore, especially if we depend on those relationships. We only feel worthy when we're in a relationship. And that's not true. Nobody's not worthy because they're not in a relationship or because they don't have a job. Like, whatever it is, people tend to do that. Your Venus at 3 degrees is going to have Uranus. So you have changes coming. Okay. I said all of that. Well, because I had to understand you a little bit better before I could start talking about you and how energy is going to affect you when it gets there. So you're going to have Uranus touching in with your Venus. Venus is money and values and love. Okay. So day-to-day routines. This does show possibly social media, though, just so you know, because it's Gemini energy. But it's your local community, it's talking, it's speaking, it's sales. You got Venus at the 3 degrees, communications and writing. So that's big. So if you're not doing anything like that, you might want to experiment. And if you aren't experimenting, you will be, because Uranus is already close to it. Uranus is about to flip to 0 degrees of Gemini. So you're going to get ideas. We're all going to get ideas. New and exciting is going to be on the menu, and we all will take 5 of those. You follow? So you're going to want that. Uranus is going to light that up for you. So take advantage of it, which means Venus is feminine energy, which means you may be more open to considering whether it's feminine coworkers, siblings that are feminine, people who live in your neighborhood, neighbors, peers. Maybe you had good relationships with them. Maybe you didn't, but this will make you open and more considering, just to have a rapport, just to have a back and forth and a network. That's huge. Networking will be huge. And Uranus, I think we're going to get some rain. Uranus is going to be there. So that starts May 21st. If you're not already feeling it, you will definitely be feeling it by May 21st. And sometimes these things might feel subtle, but not usually Uranus. Usually, Uranus can show up as an authority figure. It can be a boss. And if it's touching on to Venus, it can say you've been recognized for something, or a promotion, or maybe not a promotion, but maybe more responsibility with a new title or something like that. But again, Gemini stuff is all, writing, talking, thinking, speaking. Yeah. It's usually considered white collar worker stuff, Gemini energy. And that's where your Venus is. That's where your moneymaker is. Now your Saturn's in Leo, which just talks about liveliness, fun, children, joy, creativity, romance. Really creative, probably a little on the dramatic side because it's in your 8th house. So it's intense. So that's the kind of energy I would want to just, you got to be cautious with that. But that Saturn has everything to do with this 2nd house cusp line of money, you see? And because you have Pluto going through here for 20 years, Pluto is changing and transforming your values, what you consider valuable, who you consider valuable, love, your definition of love. Pluto's changing and transforming it. And so it's asking you to dig deep and to really write that, be real clear on what is of value to me, who is of value, what's my definition of love, what does it look like, would I recognize love if I saw it, and what am I willing to do to hold on to it, right? Or what am I willing to give up, right? There might be some things, because again, you have a tricky chart. So there might be some things that you might have to just be like, okay. Yes, everything is tricky. So I hope that helps a little bit. I know it's a deep dive. I don't know why everything's coming out and it's just really deep. It's just on all the deep stuff. I think it's a Pluto thing. Pluto's slowing down right now. And the slower it gets, the more the shit from the bottom, from underneath hidden, comes up to the top. And that's deep energy, is Pluto. So with that said, I hope that helps you. Nothing, no job. Yeah. Well, I gave you the date. Maybe you'll hear something positive because you'll have Mercury in Gemini then. And hopefully you're going to get information and news. And this Mercury will even be trining your Pluto at that time. Okay. And your North Node. Okay. So that week beginning, whatever. Let me go backwards on that. May 20, I'm jumping ahead on the dates. So I would say that's a Thursday. Okay, so we'll go from like May 18th to the end of May. Okay? That's a time when you have a Mercury window open of communication where news comes through. It is in significant one-on-one relationships, but it's also pointing towards your soul's goal. And this can be professional partnerships. Anytime we talk about Libra energy, because you've got Libra in the 10th. So personal relationships and professional relationships, and try to not ever cross that line. It just complicates shit. And your chart's too complicated to making life more complicated. All right. I think we're all set. I don't see anybody else's digits. So yeah, I'm all done. It's my time to end it. It's 3:51. For the next live stream, I think it'll be next Tuesday, because I don't think, Saturday we're private. This Saturday coming up is a private lives. Okay. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Get your digits to me ahead of time. Birth time, birth date, birth city, birth state. You got to put your name in the chat. The chat is the queue. You get a free reading. If you want me to spend more time in your chart, Venmo and Cash App, just send the channel a gift. When you send a channel gift, I spend more time on your chart. And that's it. We're all done. Thank you, everybody who was so generous and who gifted the channel. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.